Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Bishop, have you discussed with anyone at OMB plans for firings or freezes?
Senator, it would be inappropriate for me to talk about the details of deliberative processes at OMB. I will say to you, Senator, as I've said otherwise, I'm serving as a senior advisor now, not exercising management authority as though confirmed. So
you have had those discussions, and you assert that the content of them is protected by deliberative process.
I'm not saying that I have had such conversations, Senator. I'm simply saying it would be inappropriate to me to speak to the details of deliberative processes at OMB.
Well, why would you refrain from giving me the details of the deliberative process if you weren't a part of it? Wouldn't the simple answer then be, no, I have not had those discussions?
Well, if that were true, that would still be an indication of what processes are at OMB and my role.
That's actually not true. That's actually not the way the law works. You can assert a privilege as to the substance, but as to whether or not you've been involved in conversations, that is not protected by the deliberative process privilege.
Senator,
and are you actually asserting the deliberative process privilege here?
I am not asserting a privilege, Senator. I'm simply saying there's an accommodation process, and people who come up to the Hill don't talk about the details of internal deliberations.
And my question was, have you discussed, not what are the details? Will you answer that question?
I'm sorry, have I discussed?
Have you discussed with people at OMB the plans for firing and freezes?
No, Senator. I have not had discussions of that sort.
Okay. How about with respect to plans for taking advantage of a long-term continuing resolution?
No, Senator, I'm trying to recall. I don't know if there's been a specific discussion or not, but again, I think that's the reason you don't sit and try to give out details of the internal deliberations at OMB.
Which is why I'm not asking for the details, although I believe I'm entitled to ask for the details, but that was not my question. So my question was simply, have you had discussions on that topic?
About long-term continuing resolution?
Planning for a long-term continuing resolution and how to take advantage of it.
Senator, I do not think so.
All right. And how about plans in the event of a government shutdown?
Senator, I do not think so.
All righty. What role, if any, have you had in?
Ask a question. Do you support a government shutdown?
I don't think we should have a government shutdown, Senator. I think that'd be a bad idea. The President thinks that it should be a bad idea, which is more important than what I think.
Well, I have my doubts about that, tell you the truth, but we'll see. I've got a pretty strong impression that Mr. Vogt thinks that we should have a government shutdown, and he would relish the opportunities that it provided him.